Okay, Thursday. Thursday. Is it the first? It would be, wouldn't it? Would it be? It is actually the first Thursday of August, and would then be my first vlog entry at the age of 55. I turned 55 6 days ago. Um, so I'm gonna make this quick-ish. I don't want to ramble on like I've been in like recent weeks, but the doctors. I spoke with the doctor earlier today, and she's put me on. Oh fuck it! I thrown it over there. She's put me on the antidepressants, and I've already done a check. I've already done a little check on the antidepressants and what she's given me, and in 3 weeks. Well, no, there we go. SSRIs. Citrallion, I think that's what it is. SSRIs, common one. Zoloft is the brand name apparently. Yeah, so it's standard for someone of my age. Apparently, standard for somebody of my age. You know, Saints are actually winning one. Yeah, and I'm also this is because I find this an absolute joke. I'm pretty sure I said the other week about the weight. I was referred to weight management, and I got a text message. I can't remember exactly when I got the text message, but I got a text message basically saying I'm halfway there. I mean, I've been on this waiting list for this weight management for so long I'd actually forgotten I was on the waiting list. So it's here that the text message. I'll actually tell you what the text message says right here. Give me a second to pull it up. Where are you? There we go. No, is that it? What's that? Oh no, that's the therapy one. Sergey disappear. Oh yeah, so here we go. So, so I got the text message. Actually, I would have got the text message last week, last Thursday. No, last Friday. I would have got it. So I got the text message last Friday. Blah blah. GP asked us to contact you about your referral to weight management service for new patient assignment. It can take 104 weeks. That's how long the waiting list is. According to this text message, that's how long the waiting list is. 104 weeks. I've been on the waiting list for 57 weeks, so I'm just past halfway, aren't I? But I've been, I say 57 weeks. That's over a year. Been on the waiting list for over a year, and it was so long I'd actually forgotten that I'd been referred to this. So the therapy, the waiting list for the therapy. I'm not actually on the waiting list for the therapy just yet. I am on the waiting list for the assessment, right? So I get this assessment. I have no idea what this assessment is. What sort of things that they'll ask and all stuff like that. But I can only assume that this assessment will then put me onto the waiting list for the therapy, which the doctor warned me that there was a waiting list for therapy, which I still find absolutely fucking ridiculous. That there's a waiting list on two counts. One, that so many people in this country need therapy on the NHS, and two, they are obviously not putting enough money into it if there's a waiting list. Um, and here's the thing that I've been like concerned about was the weight management. I don't recall the nurse saying to me, "Oh, there's a waiting list," and the waiting list like nearly fucking 2 years. Um, but the doctor did say to me that there was a waiting list for the therapy, so well, judging by that, well, is this waiting list for the fucking therapy like going to be as long as the waiting list for the bloody the weight management? I don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. So that's where the health is at the minute. Um, very long conversation. Like I say, I've got an appointment. She's added the um, she's added the antidepressants to my prescription. They're not repeat as yet. Um, she's gonna she's gonna where's it just failing me? Oh, she's gonna give me the month in 3 weeks. I'm gonna go. I'm going to the surgery in 3 weeks. It was gonna be a phone call, but after we spoke, she said, "Well, instead of like just a phone call, come down to the surgery because there's other things. There's like the tinnitus in my ear, which doesn't seem to go, and that's an issue when I'm sleeping. I mean, right now, I would say out of 10, it's about a 5 or a 6. But late at night, when I can't sleep, it's an 8 or a 9. So she's gonna take a look inside my examine all that, and what have you, and also do a follow up on the antidepressants. I asked her about um, the two concerns I had was one with the alcohol. I don't drink as much as I used to. I mean, I discussed this with her. I said like, I used to when I was working, like going back like two to like 7 years ago. Um, I was basically drinking every day. I get in from work and I'd have a couple of pints before going to bed. I don't do that anymore. It's just, like I had to drink at the weekend. Obviously, I had to drink at the weekend. But before that, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you when the last time I had to drink. Probably, I would say between 6 and 8 weeks previous to that. Um, so I don't drink that much. And she said, "Well, that's fine. Obviously, if you're not drinking that often, or if you're drinking like a load at once, there's an issue. But if you're just having like, as I do at the moment, I'm just having like 4 cans of cider every time I sit down, so it's basically 4 pints every like few months. That's not an issue. The issue I had, or the other concern I had, was coming back off them. You've got to be weaned off them, and I don't like that. I quit smoking through the aid of drugs that messed with the chemicals in your brain, and that's what these are going to do. That's what these do. They mess with the chemicals in your brain, and I know how powerful this shit is. The I can't remember what they were called, but the ones I used to quit smoking, they came with some nasty fucking side effects, and it really affected my psychological ability to even count cash. Um, I've said this story to people a few times, and I'm not going to go through it now, but like the moments when I decided that I couldn't take these tablets anymore, couldn't take this drug anymore, um, was when I had a handful of cash, and it made no sense to me. I just had no idea how much money was in my hands. But that it did stop me from smoking. I've never smoked since. I came off those tablets early. There was a third course that was supposed to go through, and I never bothered with them because that incident on the taking the second course just basically scared me into not smoking again. And I'm someone I enjoyed the smoke, I enjoyed the ciggy. And I've got to be honest, in the last like 18 months or so, I've often thought, oh, I'd fucking murder a ciggy right now, and I would. I would if someone offered me a ciggy at the way my head is at the minute, I'd fucking take it. The price of ciggies, no one's likely to do that. You know, back in the day, people would. But the price of them fuckers these days, no one is likely to do that anyway. What was I saying? Don't know what I was saying. It's just gone. Oh yeah, the concerns. So we spoke about the concerns of them, and I got to be weans off them. And she said, well, we'll look into that whether you come off them. And this was the thing that like when I was speaking to her, and I thought, wow, this could be like, this could be a thing. This could be a long thing. This, because she said like, if we decide to take you off them in like a few months or a few years, we'll bridge that gap when we come to it. And I was like, a few years. I mean, I know these aren't a quick fix. I know. Let's go back to cigarette. I've got ciggies in my brain at the minute. It's not like lighting up a ciggy and getting that instant fucking nicotine hit. This will take weeks for my body to adjust to the chemicals. It'll take weeks. I mean, even the Champix. They might have been called Champix. Even the tablets I took to quit smoking. That it basically happened overnight. It was so quick. The chemicals just switched off the cravings in my brain like that. And I went from smoking 20 ciggies a day to smoking 10 ciggies a week in a day. In a day or two. I was like, I started taking them, and I had a box of 20 ciggies. When I came to buy another, when I finished that box of 20 ciggies, which I couldn't even tell how long it took, but it must have been so long, because when I came to buy another box, I thought, I'm only buying fucking 10 because, I wasn't smoking much at all. I think I went from 20 a day to like maybe 1 or 2, like that. And I bought a box of 10. I bought a box of 10, and I was, the 10 ciggies was lasted me like a week. And I very much doubt that I certainly didn't buy 20 ciggies after starting taking the tablets, but I did buy at least one box of 10. It might have been 2, but I never actually finished. I never actually finished the box. I'm off the top of my head, I'm thinking it was 2. I bought one box of 10 ciggies that lasted me like a week or more. And then I bought another box of 10 ciggies, and I didn't even get through it. There was a day, and I remember the day I was in work. I was working with my brother. I was in work, and I've been working, and I thought, I'm having a fucking smoke break just because I've been working so hard. I'm having a smoke break, and I went into the back, put the kettle on to do a brew for everyone, to do a coffee for everyone, and I pulled out a ciggy, and I looked at the ciggy, and I thought to myself, I don't want that. Even though, I mean, it was prime time at how hard I'd been working. I probably would have had about 4 or 5 ciggies by that point, but I hadn't had a ciggy. But I was just working so hard, and I looked at it, and I thought to myself, I'm only going to light this up because it's what I would normally do. I don't really want it. and I just put it back in the box. Turned around to my brother and tossed him the ciggies because he still smoked at the time. Tossed him the ciggies. Went, yeah, you can have that. I've quit. that's how it happened. I've never smoked ever since then. I've never smoked a cigarette. I've never smoked a cigarette since. Um, I've uh, I've chunked a few pipes since then, but I've never smoked a cigarette. Um, but yeah, that's how it messes with your mind. That's what I'm expecting these antidepressants to be a similar experience. But this is something that I can't just go, I've got to come off these, because apparently it's not good to just stop taking them like that. It's just not good. It can um, intensify the emotions, let's say. Um, so yeah, so that's basically that. As I say, the health. That's where I'm going with the health. Um, in the coming days, in the coming weeks, I'm going to push back on the DWP. I think everybody I've spoken to about it, the guys, the girl, my jobs coach, my jobs coach wasn't ready for the conversation we had. I'm pretty sure she didn't say it, but I'm pretty sure she was absolutely fucking certain that the decision was going to go in my favour, and she seemed a little bit, it didn't go. That shouldn't have. She just seemed a bit put out, and she was umming and ahhing on our conversation on our interview, and she said, "Well, go ahead um, with me back to work. That I'm actually they've got me on the back to work, and they have been, and I say Sam on the back to work has been. He's basically I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't spoken to him in maybe a month. I'm supposed to have spoken to him at least 3 times since the last time I spoke to him, and he just doesn't bother because he knows it's pointless. He knows me being on the back to work is pointless. But he did actually text me the last time. We were supposed to have a phone call, and he was gobsmacked as well. Um, he just texted me. He said no appointment today. I'm on training. When you get a chance, send us a little update. So I sent him an update of everything that had gone on, and he just said, thanks for sending that over, Mark. Blah 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 blah. And then he said, I think the decision will be overturned once all the medical evidence is provided as part of your appeal. So I've got to appeal it. I've got to push back. And I've got to tomorrow make a phone call and try and get an appointment with this CAB. But yeah, so that's basically it for the coming weeks. I'm fighting back against the DWP because everybody who actually knows me, if in the social, and Sam in the back to work, they all know um, that I'm not fit. I'm not fit for work at all. And the DWP are just talking out of their asses. Their decision is based on finances. It's not based on health. The reason why I'm going to the CAB to push back is that their decision is actually affecting my mental health. I looked at my medical records after I'd spoken to the doctor, and she's updated them. So, why have I just gone onto the bank there? I didn't mean to go onto the bank then. I wanted to go onto my GP. Yeah, so I'll tell you what my ailments are. Medical records. Yes, I know. Come on. 8 conditions. I've got 3 conditions now. Tinnitus, she's put down. The arthritis of the knees, which is down, and also mixed anxiety and depressive disorder. So that's that's my ailments now. Um, that's my ailments. Can't see what to do there. Documentary letters. Referral rejected. Try house. Oh, right. So that's right. It's AC. So that was who was that? Oh, so that's why I got the text message. They actually tried to refer me. They tried to refer me to the weight management. The new GP tried to refer me to the waste management. Weight management, not waste. Weight management. And that's why I got the text message. It was basically saying, "Yeah, you're already on the list. You've been on the list for 57 weeks, but you could be waiting another fucking 50 odd weeks." So yeah, so there. That's the list at the minute, and all this is caused by them. It's all caused by them. Them being people who aren't me. So basically, that's it. I said I wasn't going to ramble on, but I've been going over 20 minutes now. So that's me out. Going to have a cup of tea. I'm going to have a cup of tea. Probably going to upload this to the YouTubes. I'm going to play a little guitar, even though it's fucking gone past. I'll put some cans on and play some guitar. But that's me. I'm out. Look after yourself. Love you. Bye. Mwah. Sexy bastards.